How's it going, guys? It's Thomas here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the qualifying system for last year's $250,000 tournament, as well as how they can improve for this year. As always, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my content, and let's get right into it. Just quickly before I start, there'll be some gameplay playing in the background between Team Swish and Still Trill, but anyways, let's get right into it. So there were some issues with qualifying last year, and a lot of teams that deserved to get into the tournament didn't, purely based off of the qualifying system. So while a lot of the top teams did end up getting in, a lot of them didn't, such as GFG, Peerless Proficiency and the New York Knicks. But anyways, today I mainly wanted to talk about the problems from last year's tournament's qualifying, so let's get started. First up, we had teams delaying games. So in last year's system there was a deadline on when games needed to be finished, and if a game wasn't finished before that set time, it wouldn't be counted. Obviously with this, the goal was to get as many games played as possible within that time. Although a problem with this was that some teams would purposely delay games just to annoy people or to try and be funny. They'd consistently call timeouts and intentionally foul just to stop the clock from moving. For example, you can see this in the way the New York Knicks didn't get in despite being a top team all year round. They were in the top 3 at one point during the day, although they matched up with Throwdown, who were in the number 1 spot for their last game of the day. The Knicks dominated and were up by 20 after the first quarter, although Throwdown delayed the game by fouling, and so it ended up that the Knicks didn't qualify because they didn't get their points in time. This is just one of the high profile examples. I'm sure it happened to many other top teams throughout the day as well. Another problem that teams had was other teams quitting out on them before the game was finished. So basically the idea was that your team would get points based on how well they played in one particular game. So say for example, everyone in your team got an A+ teammate grade, and as a team you scored 100 points, you'd get a high point total. But as many people soon found out, you wouldn't get the full point total if the other team quit out before the game is officially over. You could literally be winning 100 points to 0 with all A+ teammate grades, and if the other team quit out in the third quarter, you wouldn't get all of the points even though you clearly dominated the opposition and deserved to get them. With that being said, there is actually quite a high chance that could happen since there's no skill-based matchmaking. Since you only had to be an elite team to attempt to qualify, quite a few of the teams didn't really belong there competing against the best teams in the US. As you can probably tell, this quality differential between all the teams led to a really uneven balance, and honestly most of the teams that are lower ranked will probably just quit out since they're not too serious. Another example of this can be seen by the New York Knicks yet again. It seems like they were really unlucky every day with something that happened. But anyways, as you can see from this tweet, they lost out on points due to another team quitting out. They only got 679 instead of a possible 900 or so, just because they were beating the other team so badly they didn't want to play anymore. When you think about it like that, what sense does it make? Anyways, the 300 points that they lost out on may not have been decisive, but the principle of losing points when you shouldn't is the major issue here. I mean, what if your team didn't make it to the tournament because of something like this? But anyways, that was just a really quick video that I thought I'd make. I'm hoping 2K will learn from their mistakes last year and improve the system. Many other people also have this goal. For example, as you can see from this tweet, Dirk the Caster has already contacted 2K about it. Although I'm not sure how they responded, or even if they did respond at all, I'm sure it'll make a difference since he's so popular. Breeze, who's the leader of Team Witness, also made a video about this topic, so if you'd like to check that out, I'll leave a link to his Twitter in the description. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up from me. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comment section or by dropping a like. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future content, and I'll see you all next time.